Hello everyone. In this video I want to share some feedback on Deadman Mode. First of all, Deadman Mode was really good this year. Jagex did a great job, a lot was improved, and one of the best signs was that the game stayed active until the final days. That is a big success in my opinion. That said, I do think there are a few things that could make the next season even better. So let's get into it. For new players, Deadman Mode is still a little bit confusing. The mode is very different from the main game, and the many important changes are not explained clearly in here. For example, things like the bone crossbow and bone bolts being sold in the Varrock archery shop. These are just not obvious, and new players only know this if someone tells them or they find out from videos or streamers. I think a Deadman Mode tutor would help a lot. This tutor could be placed in busy areas like Lumbridge and the Grand Exchange. It could also explain the main Deadman Mode changes, hand out starter kits, and help new players get into the mode faster. I also think players with a bronze skull should not be able to attack other players. Too often, players were kicking others for no real reason. Or scouts were just doing it to protect their main account. If someone wants to attack other players, they should have to risk something first. I really like the idea of different skull colors based on risk, just like Bounty Hunter, because it made the system a lot easier to understand. The problem, however, was that access to some content was tied to that same risk level. While players could still fake their risk with items like the Rune Pouch Node or Bottomless Compost Bucket. On paper, they looked like they were risking enough, but in reality, those items were worth very little. A simple fix would be an access ticket. For example, players could buy a ticket from the Deadman Mode tutor for 500k, and if they die, they lose the ticket. But to access places like the Chambers of Syrinx, Tear of Blood or Tombs of a Musket, you will need to have the ticket on you. That would make the system much more fair and much harder to abuse. Another thing I want to mention are agility shortcuts. PKing around shortcuts like the one at the Slayer Tower can be very frustrating. Players can go up and down over and over just to wait out their skill or use the shortcut twice and teleport away. In a game mode where many players have high agility, it becomes even worse. I think there should be a short delay before players can use the same agility shortcut again. But I also think that this should be clearly shown in game, for example with a red skull marker on the floor. One thing I feel strongly about is Sigils in PvP. Deadman Mode brought a lot of new players into PKing, which is great, but Deadman Mode PKing should still feel close to the main game. And right now, Sigils move it too far away from that. In my opinion, strange, powerful effects fit better in leagues than in Deadman Mode. And for new players especially, Sigils can make PvP feel strange and hard to understand. That is not a good way to learn to PK. I think Deadman Mode should focus more on normal PvP, with maybe PvP armors and corrupted weapons as the main extras. I think PvP armors and corrupted weapons are a strong addition. They made it easier for players to start PKing and doing PvM, and that's what's good about Deadman Mode. But I would like to see the next Deadman Mode season be limited, more to those items only and without the strange effects. That means no Kopesh, no Dog Sword and no strange powers, mainly because those weapons and powers are not part of the main game. If Deadman Mode is meant to introduce or improve PvP, it should stay closer to the rest of the real old-school RuneScape experience. The only exception I would keep is corrupted weapons. They are a great way to help players get started, and I think they should stay. I also think PvP armors or weapons became too common quickly. Because of that, the economy lost value fast. And there was not much reason to invest in rare gear for a while. The finals are something many players I spoke to did not enjoy. Personally, I think we need something better. Right now, the final turned into some Saradomin brew eating contest, and I honestly didn't enjoy it at all. After playing for weeks to reach the end, I think players deserve something more exciting. People want to fight and watch good fights, not watch players eat for 15 minutes. One idea could be a bracket style final with multiple smaller fights, but that's really not up to me. And in all honesty, I'm not a game designer, so I really don't have a clue. But I really think smaller fights might do something for the game. And I really think that's the only solution because I have a feeling 1v1s aren't coming back. Thank you for watching.